Last week on Office Hours Global, I saw this really interesting. I just saw something that caught my attention. It was Nick Jashishin's um, very interesting sort of 3D virtual environment, and I thought that's a bit mad. And just to show you a bit more about what this looks like, if we switch to my desktop, I'll just show you this. So we can see he's sort of able to see how other people are reacting as he speaks. And we've actually got the rest of the Zoom call sort of situated around this three-dimensional environment. And I thought that's kind of cool. It's a bit better than the usual, these things can be a bit superficial sometimes, can't they? Like people, Minority Report style interactions are just a bit overblown. Like they wouldn't be useful in real life. But actually, Zoom call is quite cool to be able to situate yourself in a 3D environment like that. So I had to think about it. I thought, you know what? I think I can like get inside this and figure out what's going on. Like really, we've got some foreground layers, with some just flat two-dimensional planes with a screen capture on them. We've got this sort of chroma keyed, I think it's chroma keyed middle layer. I think he's got a green screen, or he might not have, he might just be doing a luma key, but I think there's blacks here. So it's probably a green screen, unless this is all just actual monitors, but I reckon it's just all virtual. So the background, so we've just got 3 layers there. So what's to stop us recreating this ourselves? And I'm going to show you how to do this. Actually, let's come back to this. We're going to use 3 tools for this. We're going to use Vuo, which is a free open source. Vuo is a free. Why am I saying 3? Vuo is a free open source tool. It's a node editor that lets you create kind of complex artistic style compositions that you can use. You can do all sorts of stuff with it, but I'll show you. That's what all this video is going to be in, so you'll see how that works. Then we've got Shoot Clean Camera Feed, which is going to help us save some trouble. It's going to help us save us having to get out the green screen. And then finally, we're going to use this thing called Siphon Virtual Webcam, which lets you use Siphon, which is a Mac way of sending video between applications. But this lets you send that Siphon feed into something like Zoom, something like Ecamm, something like OBS even. So that's what I'm going to show you now. So let's get started. I'm going to start by jumping us into the desktop. Now, this is Vuo, and this is what you see when you start a new project. It's just this fire on start node. What do we want to do here? I think the first thing we want to do is get the live video feed. So I've just done Command Enter to bring up the library, and I'm going to search for live. I'm going to zoom in a bit. Can I zoom in on that? I'm trying to do a quicker version of this video. So no fiddling. Receive live video. Also, it doesn't help if you try and edit your video preview. So look, we've got a receive live video. If we run this, we can have a look. We can debug that. Nothing's happening. But if I select my Blackmagic, look, there's my video coming through. Now, I did do a longer version of this video where it was just low frame rate looking the whole time, and I did not like that. But what we can do is immediately create a Siphon output. Send Siphon video. And now we can just go send received frame there. And now this is available on my system as a Siphon video. And I will just, if I just show everything when sharing screen, bring up Ecamm. Ooh, we're going to get an infinite thing. And switch back to a camera, we will be able to see, look, Vuo is now, oh, can you see that? Oh no, we need to do screen capture. You can see Vuo, it's hard to show, but Vuo is now available. Let's just try flicking. What I'll do is I'll take a screenshot and I'll show you the picture. And then I'll just show you, something's going on with my computer and it's been a bit slow, but bear with me. That will come through. But basically now Ecamm can receive this siphon feed. So if I just come back to my desktop, and I'm going to add in a screen capture layer. A camera layer in Siphon, and we're just going to select our Vuo composition, and then this is what's coming out of Vuo, and we'll just stick that down here, I guess. So this is what is coming out of here. So if we, if I were to break that connection, now the video is frozen, look. But if we do that, here we go, video, all good. And I don't know why my screenshots have gone wrong. I think it's because I'm doing too much screen sharing today. Look, we can receive live video. So I'm going to zoom out a little bit, because the next thing we want to do is to be able to capture some of our display and sort of add a 3D, make that a 3D layer. So look, we can say make 3D layer, 3D object from image. That's right there. And I'm just going to say the image is going to be this frame again. And then we need a way of rendering that scene. So you see we're getting these, it's rendering every time, but where's the image? We can go render scene to image, and we can plug our scene into there, and now we've got sort of a little preview there. And if we were to now combine layers like this, no, what we're going to do, render layers to image, we get, let's put the 3D in front, let's put the received frame behind. It's sometimes it picks it up, but sometimes you've got to say frame to image, convert frame to image. It just wants that to be, oh no, it's convert frame to layer, whatever. Yeah, it gets a bit much for it. But look, if we have a look now at what this image is, well, if we just send this to Siphon now, here's our composite thing. Well, let's just connect this to Siphon instead. And now, if you see down, how do I point at it? You can see we've got the connection. Like, make this bigger. Look, this is like this, and then I can go into the 3D object from image stuff, and I can say, okay, where's the center of it? X. Let's just move it along a bit. Let's move it down a bit. And let's, I'll hit tab a couple of times, let's rotate it in 3D space. And let's change the opacity. Okay, so now we've already sort of got the first steps of our thing. But like this is, what I thought I'd show you is, if you were running Zoom, you'd see something more like this, wouldn't you? So let's put this back down here. If you were running Zoom, you'd get this. So this is office hours. So I've just sort of gone to their YouTube video. So what we actually need to do here is to, let's just make this small again. We want this to be a screen capture. So we've got to capture our screen. We're going to grab our capture image of screen, and then instead of let's zoom the output in again. So we'll capture our screen, and so instead of sending the video both places, we will send that captured image in here, and now and we have to tell it which screen. So I'm saying screen with active window, and now you see there's well, it's the Vuo window, but we can't select which window we want using this control, and we can't select the window. It just gives you like top left width height, but what we can do is and we'll kind of make it a square generally, because the 3D object is a square of size 1. Although maybe that's, I think it maybe actually adapts to whatever it is. But if we we can't select the window, but we can tell it like where on the screen we are. So if I just I'm just gonna like hover over this, double click on that until I can let's go like 2000. Sorry, 2000. What are we getting here? That's, yeah, it's kind of looped, hasn't it? 1000. Let's say 1600 maybe. Okay, and then I'm just going to grab that. I'm just going to pretend I'm full screening zoom. Right? So now we're capturing that. But it's not moving. So what we do need is a fire periodically. And that's going to be every, like 1 over 30 is 0.0333. So every 1 over 30, capture an image of the screen. And now, here I am, I'm talking to some people. And we could, what does this do? We can change the size of it, but we can change that crop so that it only takes like, I don't know, like a couple of people. So you see now we've got like a couple of people and there's a couple of people elsewhere, and we can sort of move that up and down, and we've got kind of quite a cool effect already. And that's just part of our environment. So, or, you know, we can always come back to, if we want to see what that looks like moving, just come back to the footage of my face. And yeah, we're back to, that's weird that it's let me double connect that. Come on, receive live video. Being weird. Sometimes Vuo is a little bit temperamental. You just hit stop, play, and kind of like comes back to life. But maybe I'll like talk to myself. I don't know why it's being this. Yeah, okay. So look, I'm just going to talk to myself. Note another thing. If we rotate this thing round, it like it's the same way around. But all I'm going to do here, I'm just going to flip this. I'm just going to flip horizontal. And just have this image be flipped horizontally. So there we go. So now I'm like not talking. It's like I'm facing it rather than the other way around. The next thing we want to do is put something behind us. So what I've actually got a little bit of a shortcut for that, which is instead of grabbing the whole green screen, we're going to just turn on the shoot virtual webcam. So I can tweak this virtual green screen. So I'm just going to like see if I can get that looking like reasonably usable. I mean, it's not going to be perfect because it uses the depth camera on the phone, and it's just a thing I tried. It's a bit like fussy, isn't it? But I think it sometimes can look all right. So I'm just trying some different values. Gamma. It's doing a bit of swimming around my head, but maybe I can increase the blur and that will... It's not like a perfect green screen, but it's this potentially usable. So now we've got a green screen, but Vuo doesn't have a chroma key, unfortunately. So how do we key out that green? Well, we do something very clever, which is we know that if we search for shader toy, so I searched for how to get a chroma key in Vuo, and I found there's someone recommending using shader toy, and I found a really good chroma key thing in shader toy. Now shader toy, so shaders look like code, they're very scary, but they're a very high performance way of processing graphics, so it's perfect for what we're doing. And what is brilliant about Vuo is that it supports shader toy. Make image with shader toy. So our live video, instead of coming directly out the camera, we can pass it through a shader and remove the green. So let's just have a look, shall we? So the thing about the thing you have to know about this shader is it takes channel 0, channel 1, and that's what you get on this shader toy thing, channel 0, channel 1. I should move this out of the way. Yeah, look, channel 0, channel 1. So channel 0 is the foreground, channel 1 is the background. So that's the main thing we have to do. So we just grab that, copy it, and we can just double click the shader here, select all, paste, and now we've got that chroma key algorithm. Actually we don't, we have to load it on start. So but also I want to be able to do, I want this to keep updating I want to be able to edit values in the shader, so we're actually going to have to fire periodically just to keep getting that to reload. So I'm just going to say every 1 second reload that thing, so we can tweak some values. Let's say half a second. Right, so every half a second, as I fiddle with it, it's going to reload. So if we come into here, we can have a look. We can see. Let me just move this out of the way. Here is our shader. So the first thing it wants us to do is set the chroma key. Now, because this is a digital green screen, my finger disappears. It's actually like digital green. So this vec4 here is RGB. So R needs to be 0, G needs to be 1.0, and 0 needs to be 0. Blue needs to be 0. If you had a real green screen, then you'd need to tweak those values to match the actual color of your green screen. But this is now using the right green, but we're still getting a green background because what we're we haven't got anything plugged into iChannel 1, but we don't actually want an iChannel 1. We just want a color. So we can just make a transparent color by typing vec4 0.0, 0.0, 0.0, 0.0, and now the background is going to be transparent. So that will reload, and you should see me. If everything is going okay, maybe we'll restart. We should see that this has a transparent background. Oh no, because we haven't plugged it in yet. Right, look, convert frame to image. We need this to go into iChannel 0. We need this to go into there. And now, look, we're transparent. If you can Adam and believe it. And actually, it's transparent over siphon as well. So it's actually, you can see we've got a transparent background. I don't know why it's chopping the top of my head off, but we can see it's actually rendering the transparent. Oh, it's because we've got this width height. So if we say 1280 by 720, there we go. This is now, I've actually got a transparent background. So I can put things behind and do some clever stuff already. Now, you can still see a bit of green around the edges, right? But we can solve that because there's another little value in here, which is the just this second number here, mask range. They use two different numbers. I don't know why, but if you just do a vec2 with one number, then it will still work. We can check that still works. That's green now because it's never blending. But if we say, I found like 0.3, sort of gets rid of the worst of the green fringing. I mean, this is not going to be great. This is more if you had a good green screen and you weren't doing this weird like swimmy fake one from Shoot, but like this certainly lets you test. So now, yeah, like we can see, look, I've tried a couple of different values. So if we go 0.1, it's got like, you can see there's more green around my head. And if we go 0.4, like it's a lot tighter. Maybe I like 0.4, but you can see sort of aliasing, but yeah, that's fine. So this is this is like this. So now we want to put things behind me. So the thing is with that, we could try and create a full three-dimensional environment, but I actually prefer, because there's no depth of field camera in Vuo. If we come back to our keynote, and if we come back to this, you see there's a bit of blur on the background there, and we're not going to be able to get that effect. I'm just noticing that this is the foreground, unlike my demo. But we come back to the desktop. We're going to sort of cheat the. Why don't I actually turn off the picture-in-picture, since we can see my virtual environment here now. I want to put something behind me in space, but what we're going to do is we're just going to create new layers for that. So we're going to just give ourselves another layer. We're going to move everything up one, and we're going to put like a scene behind everything. So you see that's like that layer 0 is now frozen, but we're going to make another scene to image. So we're just going to copy. Well, for now, let's just copy make 3D object from image, and let's make like a background scene. We can click and drag and multi-select and copy. So this is going to be our background. Like, you know, you can also go, you can rename these, right? That would probably be a good idea. Scene to image, come in here, and now let's grab that screenshot. Capture image of screen, and let's put that into our image, and then we can like move that around. So if we just scroll that around, we can rotate it. You can press tab in Vuo to so rotate. Oops, I want to rotate. And then let's maybe put it over, I don't know, like we can put it like that, can't we? And we're sort of building up a little bit of a 3D environment like that. And it's just like taking in the image from Zoom. Like you'd just be capturing your grid of images and you'd see it. So maybe we'll and something, you know, I think I want to just try something a little bit fancy here, which I haven't tried. But if we go to 3D models, I want Sketchfab. Let's say like office or studio, and let's search for free. Can we have free? I thought we could have free. Anyway, let's see. This looks kind of cool. Right, I want downloadable for free. So let's see what we can find. Downloadable, and I want it to be free. Find like a virtual studio model. This is not what we want. Let's try a virtual studio. Maybe we could. I really shouldn't go on a tangent when I'm recording a tutorial, but I just want like a free one. Is this okay? Abandoned warehouse. We're doing it. So we'll download this. We'll grab. Let's try I haven't checked if you can do USDZs. Let's just see. if we can. So we should be able to drag models into Viewer. So let's see. Yeah, no, it wants a DAE. Let's see if GL. I haven't tried this. I had some stuff kicking around when I was checking this before, but I just think this would be cool if we could make a full-on virtual environment. Because what we're going to do, you see, so the stuff behind, like while we're waiting for that to download, our background layer, like to add a little bit of depth to things, we can just blur that a bit. So if I just go into library, look for blur, we can blur an image. So all I'm going to do for this is send the image to here, and then instead of using, I'm going to use this instead, and we're just going to like blur it a little bit. So you see there, we can fiddle with the blur size, blur radius. I'm trying to show you this. Oh, do you know it? Does it not? Yeah, we can fiddle with the blur radius and just sort of change how much it blurs. Just notice that it doesn't like capture the windows, so we could have that a bit blurry in the background, but we'd still be able to see their faces moving. Coming back to our attempt at a 3D environment, let's see if this happens. Can it let me? Yeah, no, it wants DAE. It wants a DAE. Let's just try Virtual Studio DAE free. Let's try this. Just drag the first thing we find. What about virtual? I mean, that's a bit crap. News desk. Fine. Let's just take this, whatever this is, download this as a DAE. I'm getting upset. I don't want to pay. Let's try CG Trader. See what we can find. Format. Collada. Free. I don't know what this thing is, but let's go nuts, shall we? Anyway, look, this is basically, this is how you would assemble your scene. And really we've just got 3 layers here, and we're sending it to Siphon. So we've got our background image, which is blurred, scene to image, 3D object from image, and takes a screenshot. And we can add in more objects. So we can add in another different layer, which would be a different section of the window. So if we just copied that, made that a thing, and plugged it into the same, oh no, we can just use this captured. Oh no. So let's make this start at 640, and now we've got, and we can move this over to the other side and rotate it differently, and maybe make it bigger. I don't know, like we could make it like twice as big. No, make it twice as big, and just move that across, and maybe send it further back, and maybe make it a bit less. So yeah, like we've got all this potential 3D environment. Let's kind of come back to here, and like, so here I am in my sort of like virtual studio with my strange like clipped hair, but able to have a conversation in a virtual 3-dimensional space, and isn't that cool? But like, how would we get this into Zoom? Because Zoom doesn't support Siphon. Well, that's really easy. You just get Siphon Virtual Webcam. You launch that. Okay, and that's just an app that looks like this, and you just select the Siphon virtual server, and now that, if we find Zoom and we launch the video settings, look, we can. So it will want to install it into OBS Virtual Camera. We can just select the virtual camera from that list, and now we've got this in Zoom. What size is our image? Look, we're kind of at the wrong size at the moment because it's coming in we want this render layers to images at the wrong thing. So let's say 1280 by 720, and then that should give us that should give us the dimensions. I thought I did that before. So now like the video should be like it's the right size and shape. You see it's mirrored it because I'm here. But look, we've got this super cool virtual 3D environment now, and we can just fiddle with this. Let's set them all 1280 to 720, so that we're consistent. Nice 720, and you can obviously like program your way around this as much as you like, but yeah, like here I am in my 3D environment. Like you've got to be careful what's on the screen where, and like we can move things around, and this will all kind of like move around as we pan. And yeah, I just think this is a really interesting way of setting up a Zoom call. Maybe that download is finished. Shall we have a look? Did we end up downloading anything, or did we give up? I think we gave. Oh no! Look, here's DAE. There's the thing. Oh my god! Just can you not? Sorry, it's making me like hand over my frickin' life in order to access this DAE file. But we're pretty much done. Like if you go to squares.tv, I'm doing all sorts of stuff like this. I've got an app that I made that's a camera feed app. We'll show you. Sorry, yeah, right. This should now. If we come back here, look, I'm just looking at this thing. I'll make this a bit smaller again. I'm trying to make it. Yeah, it's doing this 14 seconds again now that I've logged in. But I'll take you to Squares TV. Look, this is me, Squares TV. Is this website where I am collecting all sorts of like live streaming and production stuff. I've got a Shoot Clean camera feed, which is an app that lets you use your phone as a webcam, and frankly, it works better than Filmic Pro. You can use it over HDMI, you can use it over AirPlay. It's just a tool that I would recommend that everyone that is serious about video has in their arsenal. You can use old phones, like I test it on these. There's a couple of old phones that I use as cameras. You can plug multiple cameras in at the same time. I've also got a delay calculator where you can see how long. Where you can see, we just got interrupted. I forgot to put it on Do Not Disturb. Delay calculator, you can see exactly how long your thing is. It's a really easy to use thing. Just click on one of these. It'll give you the step-by-step instructions on how to use it in your streaming software of choice. And I'm sort of growing a little library of tools here that you can use if you're interested in this sort of thing. Let's see if this will let me download yet. I just want to try this DAE file over weird. I mean, this is not gonna. I don't know where this would go in the scene. Maybe we'll flip it around. But once this is downloaded, show in Finder, I will go back to Viewo, and we can drag this in. So look, here's a 3D model. We'll say fire. Where's fire? Here's our fire on start. So just make sure it gets loaded when we start. That's not updated. Fire on start. Why are you being this way? Fire on start, please. Right, there we go. I don't know why it's going to there. Let's Just load the frickin' thing. I just want it to load the... Right, there we go. Right, that's going to load the file. And we can add that into our 3D scene. So, but I would add it via a transform. So 3D transform 3D object. So we'll grab the scene, the object, we'll transform it, and we'll pipe it into our render scene to image. And if we'll just stop and start. And now, if we come back to, if we just make this a bit bigger, I'll see if I can find this 3D object wherever it might be. Let's just fire this transform periodically so that we can tinker with it. And I'm fiddling with some... Oh, there it is. It's in the distance. So we can just bring that forward. Just move it down, maybe. I'm just trying to... Okay, look, we've got a big, big desk. I guess it's not brought the materials in as you would expect, but look, we can do this whole weird... I mean, maybe we move it... we move it further back and we make it bigger. It's weird that it's behind those other things. Maybe the order matters on this. Let's just move that there. Let's try putting that there and putting this. Sometimes, like with 3D, there will be optimizations around the render order of things. So it may matter what order you bring something in. I'm not sure where that's... we can stretch it anyway. Let's just bring it forwards. Here's my big fake desk. Move it down a bit. Minus 0.02, let's say. I've got a weird fake desk. Look. There's Nick's. Here's mine. It's alright. It was free. Come to squares.tv. Let's be friends. I have a Discord and all sorts. And my head isn't usually this... yeah, that's a bit better. We can tweak things. We can try and make it look a bit better. And we can just have fun. So, if you found this interesting, good. See you soon. Bye.